Oh, go figure. Look at this. Oh, look at this. First thing I do is I say, would you look at this? You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, where is he? I'd like to look at it. You should have said, look at this, and that would have probably got you off if you told him to look.
What's up, guys? It's your boy, Benny. You ever heard of the Ritz-Carlton? The man who started that famous hotel chain, his name is Cesar Ritz. He is a ritzy man from Switzerland, and he coined the phrase, the customer is always right. He said directly, the customer is always right. If they do not like a dish, or a glass of wine, or a beer that is in front of them, remove it immediately, no questions asked. This was called the Ritz rule at his hotels and restaurants and establishments. It made the man very, very wealthy. Made the man very, very famous. And some of the best hotels in the world are named after him. Now, the Ritz rule, the customer is always right. Well, that applies, of course, to beer. And he said so. It applies to alcohol. And he said so in matters of taste. And so let us take a trip down the viral lane here from Old Row. One of my favorite sites, Old Row. Just great. Kick them a follow. You all know Old Row. You love them. Old Row Swig. So one of my favorite sites as cataloging beer sales throughout the country and what people are looking at anecdotally from the ground and what they're seeing. For instance, in the state of Arkansas, they are seeing completely slam-filled Bud Light fridges with completely empty Coors Light or Miller Lite, which are both owned by Molson Coors, sections of the fridge. So this was a split fridge between Bud Light and Coors and Miller, and look what's left. Like a couple of Miller Lights down at the bottom. Look at this. This is a Luke Combs concert. You have stacks upon stacks upon stacks of Bud Light. I've gone to a Luke Combs concert. I like Luke Combs. I met Luke Combs. His team is awesome, by the way. And they typically sell out of Bud Light. And now they have nothing but product stacked up. Bud Light Etham from South Carolina. You see all this Bud Light product in the fridge, and then everything else is empty. So all these Bud Light drinkers are moving on up. Tennessee, Miller Lite essentially sold out, and Bud Light stacked to the ceiling. Holy schmoly. You see here further anecdotal evidence. They don't say which state this is from. They just give you the worried face emoji of Bud Light stacking up. This is, of course, a teeny store, right? So this is a small store. This is a store that has a really small little beer section, but that beer section is now filled with backed up inventory of Bud Light. Here's a much larger store. This looks like a Walmart or a Costco. And you have, so this is like a massive commercial store. Look at how huge this beer section is. And you have all the Coors gone, all the Miller's gone, and then Bud Light to the ceiling. This is insane. Another one. This is insane. Bud and Coors stacked up, and all of the Miller and Coors, I'm sorry, correction, Budweiser and Bud Light stacked up, and all the Coors and Miller Lite. Sayonara. Look at that. One after another after another. I thought this one was very interesting. This one reflects what the workers have seen. So this is the worker outside of, you can see there, a liquor store, okay? So this is the liquor store right there. This is a liquor store. It doesn't say what state it's in. No more Bud Light shipments. Oh my. So they're getting shipments of Yuengling. They're getting shipments of Coors, Modelo, and there's no more Bud Light inside of the shipments. What does that say? That says that no one is buying Bud Light. It goes on and on and on. Look at that. People are posting videos like this from across the nation. Look at that. That is an empty fridge with all the beer gone, except for the Bud Light. Now, we have been reporting on this anecdotal evidence for quite a while. You can go through and you can see the viral tweets, right? This has 7,000 retweets, okay? You can see this has 3,000 retweets. You can see the viral tweets. You can see the anecdotal evidence. This is a reporter from the Daily Wire. Out with my dad. The bartender says they've seen roughly 50% decrease in sale of Anheuser-Busch products. Okay, this is all anecdotal, including this, which is still a poll of 1,000 Americans, but still somewhat anecdotal. Rasmussen saying, hey, you going to drink Bud Light or not after Dylan Mulvaney promotion? A huge preponderance of America said no. 40% said they're not going to drink Bud Light. They're less likely to drink Bud Light. 53% of 40 and over. Okay, so Gen Xers essentially. But this is wild. You want to see real panic. This is wild. So this is a publication called Brewbound. Brewbound is the beer and alcohol journal of repute. It is respected. Beerbound is saying that Bud Light is starting to see catastrophic declines in their product being sold. So check out this section from the article. I think this is absolutely fascinating. They say it's rough, not catastrophic, but this is only the first week before the boycott got started, and this is before the boycott has moved into the economy. The economy is complicated. You need people to stop buying beer for like months for Bud Light to feel an effect, but check this out. For the week ending in April 8th, which is the first week of the boycott, Bud Light posted declines of off-premise dollar sales nearly down 7 points. 7%. 7% overall? That's catastrophic. That's huge. Volume of Bud being sold is down 10%. And dollar share down 3.7%. Holy smokes. Hold on. Well, what about their competitors? Well, check this out. Coors Light increased dollar sales 10%. Volume sales 5%. Miller Lite increased dollar sales 16.9%, 17%. Volume 11%. So what you're looking at here is exponential increases in the flow of competitors to Bud Light, and then Bud Light crashing. This is the first definitive industry verified information about what is happening, the damage that is happening to Budweiser and Bud Light products. Now, Bud Light did lose billions of dollars in value, and you can see here that Molson Coors Class B stock has really skyrocketed. It's up 12% in the past month, which would account essentially for the time of the boycott. But this is, again, the hard data because the stock rebounds, right? So Budweiser stock has rebounded. You know, it's like sort of holding steady. It had some drops, it has some collapses, but it's generally just kind of holding steady, right? It's going to take a while for all of our work to work its way through the economy. And when it does, it's going to be beautiful. Bud Light has issued a groveling non-apology with what must be just an AI-generated beer apology. You must just chat GPT and just type in "Muling beer apology" by this guy, Brendan Whitworth, CIA asset, as we've covered, guy who's so embarrassed about his life that he's deleted his own LinkedIn page, but that's okay. We have, of course, the articles about him. CIA to beer. Brendan Whitworth's path to CEO of Anheuser-Busch. Oh, okay. So he's a CIA agent for 5+ years. I think that explains everything. Once you're in, you don't get out. No. Ladies and gentlemen, Brendan Whitworth, all of Bud Light, all of Budweiser, a message to all of you. The pain and the suffering and the brutality and the beatings shall continue forever until you get down on your knees and actually apologize and say, I'm sorry for insulting your belief system, the cornerstone of your worldview. I'm sorry for insulting God himself and his creation by partnering with a mentally ill and satanic ideology. Well, there you go. Type that into a statement, and then we may call off the boycott, or we may not. We're not sure. But it sure is fun to be doing something that finally works and pushing back culturally, and the pain is just getting started. This is How We Save America. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya. Thank you for watching. Our channel is here to meme the libs until they cry and then to meme them crying. Their tears, they taste just like sweet, delicious ice cream. Salty, too. We ridicule the establishment and the libs because of you. Your support keeps us going. So if you like what you saw, please punch the subscribe button, click like, and ring the little bell so that you know when we're live. Don't you want to know when we're live? And make sure that you subscribe to our email list just in case the plug gets pulled, as tends to happen. If you want to see more of our videos, click here or here. My name is Benny Johnson. Stay free, base patriots.